Hello guys, welcome to another video. So in today's tutorial, I'm gonna introduce a very interesting project. It's called DeerFlow. So it is a open source super agent harness that researches, codes, and creates with the help of sandboxes, memories and tools and skills, sub-agent, and the message gateway. So it sounds very similar to OpenClaw. So it recently got almost 42.6K stars in just maybe few days. It was very popular, and so in this channel we have a video for the DeerFlow 1.0. so this is for the DeerFlow 2.0, which is a ground up rewrite, and there's no shared code with the v1. So if you're interested in v1, feel free to check out the other video, but for the 2.0 there's no shared code. It's a brand new, so redesigned ground up rewrite. So it's a very good project. So there's a pretty well documented README, so feel free to check out that README later. But first, let's go to what the DeerFlow 2.0 does. So you can check out the case studies seen on their official website. So it's very nice, at least from just by looking at it. There's the agent skills. So this is actually very important probably for this project. So agent skills does not exist in the 1.0, but they do exist in the 2.0 because of the whole agent development going on with the industry. So the agent skills are incorporated just like OpenClaw, and you can see the skills are loaded progressively. So this is very interesting. So it's not really like load everything at once, but depends on what the task is. It's actually loaded progressively. So if you click the button here, click to play, so you can see they identified all the related skills, but they actually onboard each skill one by one. So it's very nice. So this is actually very memory saving, and it's actually optimized the resource consumption. So it's very nice. So that's probably the most biggest implementation of the 2.0 comparing to the 1.0, but they do incorporate a lot of other things as I mentioned earlier, but the most interesting thing is the skills. So let's take a look at the actual working version. So from their official website, so if you actually go to the official website, they already done a lot of the demos, so you can see there's a lot of good examples of how this works, but we'll show how to set this up later in this video. Let's first go through the samples so you get an idea of how the DeerFlow 2.0 works. So you can see that if you just ask the chat what is MOE to a 12-year-old, so you can see there's a lot of interactions to understand the question. And also if you want to ask the chat to generate an image, they generate a pretty good image on the right side. So the best part of this conversation is you can see actually the very details of each conversation, the thinking process, and also you can see the steps or the skills that got called. So for example, if you want to create an image, there's definitely an image generation skill is got called. So this is actually related to the Gemini. I think it's related to the Nano Banana. So you do need a Gemini key to use the skill. So like all the other skills, if you want to use a skill, you usually have a dependency, then you have to config the dependency, such as Gemini or LLMs or search engines, and so on and so forth. So for image generation, this is basically a Gemini based. So if you can check out the folder, basically it's in the skills folder. So in the skills folder, there's a lot of skills listed. So you can see you can add your own skill, but a lot of skills are already listed. So you can see there are Claw to DeerFlow, chat, visualization. There's find skills, deep research. There are image generation. That's the one that we're talking about. There's PPT generation. So there's a lot of APS configurations you want to put into the skills. Then you can start using it. So let's go back to the demo. So basically, this is a very nice demonstration of how the DeerFlow 2.0 works. So you can see the very much detail of every step when you're talking to an agent. So for example, you also want to do some of the 3D generations. So it's actually built a 3D weather forecasting app. It's very nice. It's a 3D, very nice UI. You can see it's super sleek. So, and again, you can see all the details every step. Then let's look at some of the other web designs. So you can see there's a skincare landing page design. It's very nice, very modern and very sleek. So you can see it's super nice. I think there's also other things like a Pride and Prejudice website design. So you can also see this is also a good example of the web design. There's even a lot of the AI coders out there, but I think this is very decent. It's a very decent web design. So that being said, actually let's go to the Kaggle notebooks to see how this is set up. There's a little bit things you have to change from the documentation because the documentation is only for localhost. So there are a lot of the documentation here. So how to configure it. If you want to set up on a localhost, then just follow this tutorial. This is well documented. Just follow the basic steps. You should be able to set up the localhost. But for production or for Kaggle notebooks, there's some changes you have to make this to work. So we already made everything working. So you can see some Gradio and live. We usually use Gradio live to turn everything out. But just to show you that this is working demo. So there are a few changes you have to make after following the offshore README. So the first change you have to make is the models. So the change of the models. So you can set up your own ollama or set up on Kaggle notebooks, which we demo a lot in this channel. Feel free to check out those videos. So that's first thing, you have to set up the models. The second thing is you have to configure the environment. So on localhost, you probably do not have to, but in production or Kaggle notebooks, you do need a configuration for the front-end environment. So because you have to let the front-end to point to the back-end. So once you set up the Gradio live, so it's actually done a little bit on these notebooks. So you can see we actually spin up the DeerFlow, but when you generate the public URL, which is you generate from the Gradio, then you have to copy this public URL first and then put it into the public backend and public land graph. So this needed because it's on production. So another few things is that you probably need to upgrade your node, and also you might also need to install the PnPI. So because there's a make check, so this will check if you have everything installed. So but that's all on the README, so that's good. So the only thing that is very important you have to update that is not on their documentation is you have to update a index configuration. So the original one, they only have the API land graph. So this is good for localhost, but when they're making conversations to the agent, then you do need these threads. So you also have to map these threads to the request. So just copy the whole entire block and paste it. Just change these two threads. So this will roll the threads to the land graph backend. So because the threads is tied to the land graph service, so you have to map to the land graph. So that's a very important change. That should be it. So after that, just follow everything through the documentation. If you want to run it on production, just do a make start. If you want to on development, just do a make dev. So that should be it. So hopefully this is helpful. So if you do like this video, please subscribe, like, or comment if you have any questions. Thank you so much for supporting the channel, and see you in the next one.